welcome to Easy Paintings by Ishita. Today I am going to do a very cute painting for y'all, which I'll teach you how to do. But before that, I've got a request to show you how my painting desk looks like. So let me share what all essential things I keep on my desk so that we can quickly go ahead and start our painting. So what I do is I keep my watercolor pad here. So what I like to do is I like to cut these pages into small pieces. So whenever you are beginning with, or if you are a beginner in painting, it's always advisable that you do your paintings in small little pages, because that prevents excessive wastage of colors. Also, these drawing sheets are pretty expensive, right? 300 GSM drawing sheets are pretty expensive, so we don't want to waste the resources and we would like to learn as much as we can. So for that, what I do is I take my paper and I divide them into 4 different sections. Let me show you. Okay, here is my paper. Now I divide them into 4 sections and then I use it. My Canson drawing pad is 9 by 12 inch, so I divide it equally into 4 different parts and then I use it. So let me cut this up, and apart from that, let me also show you that I keep a scale, measuring scale, pencil, an eraser, my masking tape, my color, my water, my tissue papers, and the paintbrush stack with a scissor, for which I can quickly go ahead and cut this up. So let me quickly do this part and then we will directly move on to our painting today, okay? All right, you can see we have got 4 pieces. These are not very accurate in sizes, but that should work for us. The sizes are not our concern, okay? So here, I'll just delete this line. So guys, see, each paper has 2 sides. One is the grainy rough side, one is the smooth side. So you always want to make sure that you start painting on your grainy side, which is basically for our painting surface. This is the exact painting surface we need, okay? The grainy side, which is always the top side of our drawing sheet. So here, let me quickly take this particular sheet, and today we will go ahead and do our cute little painting in this. So let me show you that what is the actual measurement of this sheet. So this is basically 5.5 inch by 4.5 inch. Perfect. This is exactly what we need for today's painting. So as I said, we would want our surface to be pretty tight and we don't want our sheet to curl up when we apply paint. So let us quickly mask the edges. And guys, the supplies that I'm using today, everything will be mentioned under the description box. You can just click on the link that should take you directly to the Amazon site and you can place your order, okay? And let me also tell you guys that we have done a very elaborate watercolor classes. So we are on class number 10th right now. I just released class number 10. This is basically a crash course of 15 classes where I have taught all the important aspects of watercolor. So do check that out, because there are more than 80 students who are participating, and we are doing great with the watercolor basic concepts. So these are free tutorial on YouTube, guys, so definitely take an advantage. You don't have to pay any money for Skillshare, for this, for that. Just go ahead and follow the tutorials and you should be good to go. All right, so I have mask taped my edges. So today we are going to do a cute little birdie, okay? For that, let's go ahead and quickly sketch out our placements of the object. Let's go ahead and let's do the placing. So we want a branch to go like that. Okay, we want the birdie to be sitting here. So guys, do the rough sketch with a very gentle hand. We don't want any impression of our pencil. This is the head, this is the beak, and this is the eyes. Okay, so we have made this cute little birdie. Let's go ahead and do some branches. So here, some here, some here, and some here. Okay, and let's do some here. Like that. So this is our basic sketch. So let's begin the painting with first coloring our subject, which is our birdie. So for that, as this is a small paper, we will be using a small brush. Let me take a brush number 6 for doing this. And let's open our color palette. I have my tissues here, which we will need. And let's begin. Let me wet this paper, and let's first start applying the color onto our birdie. Not color, but water. So don't put the water on the eye, because we don't want the eye to be colored right now. I'm just putting the water onto our body of the birdie, and let's start picking the colors. So I have decided to do a blue color. So let me pick up a beautiful blue color directly from the palette, and let's start to apply. So as the surface is wet, this is going to give a very beautiful smudged look. Don't go over the eyes. Okay, now let's do the bottom part also. Let's do one more. Let it dry. We'll do one more layer. Till then, let's do the rest of the body. Let's do a brown. So I've just taken a very light brown. I'm just shaping the body with it. I'm keeping the center pretty white. Let's lift some blue color from here. So I'm putting some water, and I am gently picking up some color from here. And now with the help of water, I am again blending the edges. Okay, this is done. So my top part is almost dry. Let's again put some water and put one more layer of blue. We want the top part to be pretty dark. Okay, let me just put the dry brush here and lift some colors from this part. It's very watery. Now I'm just blending this up. Okay, done. Let me just lift some color from here with a dry brush. See what I'm doing? I'm just lifting some colors. So this part is done. Let me again put one more layer. So guys, you can layer up as per the intensity of color, or as per your desired intensity of color. So you will decide how deep you want. Keep layering. Okay, lift, lift, lift. All right. So this birdie is done. Let us wait for it to dry. And till then, let's go ahead and let me just dry this up real quick. Okay, so my birdie is dry. Now let's go ahead and do the outside. So for outside, I'm just putting, or let me take a fat brush for it. So I'm just putting in some color. Not color, but water. I'm so sorry. Don't go over the bird. So I have wet the paper outside. Now let's go ahead and do some beautiful leaf. For that, I'm just taking some green, and let's go ahead and just dip in the colors. Let me just make a color here. Okay. All right, I've got this. So I'm just splashing some color here and there. That will dry up and look like a leaf. So this we are doing with wet on wet technique. Quickly guys, the paper will dry up really quick. It's almost drying up for me. Let me just put some clear water. Let's do this. Alright, so the random bits are done. I'm just lifting the color from here as we messed up. The paper got dried and it was looking patchy, so I just removed it. Okay, so this bit is done. Let it just dry and then we will move on to the next bit. Alright, now as this bit is done, let's go ahead and make the branches to seal the deal. So for that I've taken intense brown, that is like a really dark brown. And now let's start doing it. My surface is dry guys, we don't want this to bleed because this needs a sharpness, and we will make the branch. So I'm doing it with number 6 brush. Okay, the main branch is done. Let's do the little branches. Let's not take this, let me take a thinner one. So this is number 1. Do these random branches. And do the same as well on the top. Let's do a branch which is coming onto the body. So take your time guys, do it really slow because in the beginning you will need some time to get a hang of it. That is pretty easy. I'm just making the branches where I have made those leaves. And if required, we will make the second layer too, so don't worry. Okay, we have pretty much made the branch. Let me just put one more layer of the same color to darken this a bit, and make sure the place where the branches are joining is thick enough so that it looks real. This part is done. Let's give it a splash of color. Let's make some berries. For that, let's take some red directly. And directly, let's start placing small little dots. So this will give it a pop of color. I'm just doing it randomly, okay? All right, let's complete this. Make sure you don't put your hands on top of your color. Just place it randomly and see, with this red it's looking so pretty, isn't it? So this part is done, and let this dry, and then we will do the rest of the parts. I'm just wondering if I can place some more berries somewhere. Okay, looks good to me. Alright, cleared up my brush. Now let's go ahead and do the eye part. For that, I've taken brush number 1 and take the black color, and with black I am just leaving a little space on the top and covering the rest of the part. If you are not comfortable with it, you can just make a black spot, and later with white acrylic you can make the highlight. Okay, the eye is done. Let's do the beak. For that, I'm taking very light black and just making this outline. And with blue I will cover the rest of the stuff, so let it dry. In fact, let me take a blue with this only right now. Let it bleed, no problem. Alright, so this is done. And now with blue, let me put one more layer. I wanted this to be a little more blue. So now this time I'm just taking blue directly, and with a little water I'm just going like this. And the tail, and this part. With clear water, I'm just blending the sides. Okay, so this is done. Now let me just put one more layer of leaf. So I'm just with clear water just making some marks. And with a very golden green, I'm just putting in these little, this will give a depth that one is behind and one is near. Just remember the areas where you have put in the water. Now let me take some brown and let me put it here. With clean water, I'm just picking up the color. Okay, so the transition should be smooth. Alright, this is all done, guys. Now let's do the sky part. For that, I'm taking a thick brush and let's do the outsides. Just make sure you don't go over the leaves. See, it started to bleed, the red color. So make sure you are well within the white area. This is bleeding. And let's take a very light blue and let's put it in here. So it's just a hint of color on the outsides. So this will complete your scene. The berries are very intense red, so this bleeds up pretty quick. Okay, so guys, see, our painting is almost complete. I'm just taking a clear brush and I'm just pushing in the color and blending the edges. As I was telling you, your edges do not have to be clean all the time. You can keep it as it is. But depending upon your wish, you can just soften the harsh lines if you want, which is what exactly I'm doing right now. Just softening. Alright guys, our cute little birdie is now done. If you want, you can just go ahead and give it a shading, like fur-like thing. Let me show you. Let me take a thin brush for it. Take in one and just dry on dry. Easy. Not dry on dry, wet on dry. I'm so sorry. Just blending it a little bit. Don't want it to be so prominent. Alright, so pretty much our beautiful birdie is now done. Alright, now the last thing, just sign it at the bottom and make this cutie yours. Alright guys, so our painting is now done. Hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and hope this was very easy for you all to do. If you have any questions, definitely mention it at the comments box and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. Alright, see you soon on our next video. Have a great day guys. Bye bye.